to see what else is it gonna do. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Now, I'm 51 right now. When I was 15 years old, I got shot 4 times in the chest. I got a bullet in my neck. I got a brace on this leg. My right ankle has been hurting for over 18 years. 90 days, 3 months from still drinking from the machine, the pain went away. I'm like, really? So I had to tell somebody, you know, because I couldn't even stand up for more than 5 minutes. I have to sit down, I start sweating, my ankle starts hurting. I don't take medication because I know about the side effects. I don't do it. I just deal with the pain. So that's how it started. And I gave the water to my cousin. It took away his asthma he had for 24 years, and it just, I didn't start off as a business. You know, I just started getting checks from people I don't know. It's like, you know what? I'm going to start sharing this water more. So we don't sell the machines. We actually give people samples of the water, and if they get results, they buy the machine because of the results they get. That's how you know, that's what I do. So I 5 years now, 2 years with the business, 3 years just, wow, this is incredible. But then I started to, you know, now instead of listening to music in the car, you know, Bust a Cap or something, you know, just violent music, I listen to numerous doctors, naturopaths. I listened to one doctor 160 times. So it impregnates itself. The information I'm gonna give you is from all these different doctors. I did sell this machine to 4 different doctors, and I'll get into that a little bit later. I'll tell you what they told me. But I like to start way in the back because the Russians don't get no credit for this. 1940s, a Russian scientist developed a way how to electrically charge water, separating positive and negative ions. That's how it started. 1950s, research was conducted around the world. 1950s. And actually, this was conducted because there's some people that live in the Himalayan mountains called the Hudsons. That's where all this started from. They have an average lifespan of 120 years old, but not, you know, they do have a good diet, you know, eating's good, but they drink from this special glacier stream that has a high negative charge, and I'll get into that a little later. So there's certain places, people say that there's 7 places around the world. There's actually thousands of places. The closest one to us is in Telacote, Mexico. It's on the bottom right there, where it's actually 2.5 hours away from Mexico City. And then right here, my parents actually went there, Lourdes, France, and they brought back some holy water. It's supposed to take away back pain. Sure, I didn't. Now this one right here, I like this one only because I like caves. I just don't like to go in them. I don't want to be trapped in there. But at the end of this cave, because I like, see, what I do, I like to put the information, I like to make a link. That's what I like to do. Now, I'm not selling anything, you know, I'm just giving you the information. At the end of this cave, the water actually goes over a giant magnetic rock. On the left side of the stream, the water actually swirls to the left. 3.5 meters to the right, the water swirls to the right. Now, the Japanese made a machine that it goes through a high carbon fiber filter, then it goes through 7 medical grade titanium plates dipped in medical grade platinum, charges the water with 230 watts, and it splits positive and negative ions. The negative water comes out the top. There's another hose that's not there that it comes out there. So the Japanese made a machine that makes the miracle water. Now, I always throw this book in here because this is called Earthing. You can Google it, you can get it, you know, Amazon.com. The most important health discovery ever, and nobody knows about this. See, because we're connected to the earth, except we disconnected ourselves. We wear shoes, we're standing on carpet, cement. See, the earth is a 16 trillion metric ton battery. The center of the earth has an iron core. Kind of like the movie The Matrix. It's a true story, but they exaggerate it a lot. If you take your shoes off for 15 minutes a day, connect yourself to the earth in the backyard, on the grass. Why do you think when people go to the beach, when they come back, I don't want to kill myself. You know, I feel good. You know, I just feel good. It's because they're connecting themselves to the earth. Now, so you can try it. 15 minutes a day. Go out and stand on your backyard. It takes about 15 minutes, and you can hear it, but you can feel like it's like a vibration going into your feet. It's incredible, and it's all documented. This is real. Now we're connected to the sun also because, like, if there's a plant right here growing, say a strawberry plant, the leaves of the plant actually grab the energy from the sun. Converts into fine sugars through a process called photosynthesis. So we're connected all together. So I always tell my team, you know what, you guys need to get this book. You know, it'll take away. It gives you natural electrons like with the water. So everything that we're talking about here is natural. Now, the company's actually 41 years old. I don't really get into everything, you know, it's too much information, you get drowned in information. The ones that I concentrate on are see, this is where I'm good at, because ISO certification, International Standardization Organization. This is where I'm good, because see, I spent $80,000 on equipment, and if it's not ISO certified, I don't want to buy it because it's going to break down. Our machine is the only one on the market that's ISO certified for the safety of the public. See, because if you need to replace your knee, the titanium that goes in your knee has to be ISO certified, or else it'll rust and kill you. Now, on the internet, you'll see all kinds of machines. They're ISO certified. No. Go to the actual website and see if they're there. We're the only ones there. So it's a magical thing they call copy and paste. Anybody can. I actually have a guy 2 months ago brought in an ionizer. He carried it. Hey, Orlando, I found one that's ISO certified. Oh, you did? Bring it in. Because I'm always testing machines. So I checked it out. Yeah, it's ISO certified. First one I ever seen. The cardboard is real cardboard made in a real warehouse. Not the machine. The box was ISO certified. So just because it's on the box doesn't mean it's on the machine. Now, the only other one I talk about is this one, WQA. It's Water Quality Association Certificate. Once again, we're the only ones that have this one for the safety of the public. Actually, I was selling a machine with one of my distributors in San Diego, and the lady owns a water store. Oh, I found one for half the price on the internet. Well, buy it then. It's not WQA. It has the WQA. It has the sticker on the machine. Top of the line from Korea. Has little aliens on it. But, you know, she bought it. The FDA, they went over there and told her she has to take it out. It's not certified to be in the water store for the safety of the public. Now she bought one of our supers. Same guy came over. You're gonna have to remove this machine. I gave her this certificate. He right there. Okay, you're good. It's real. You know, ours are real. Ours can go into a restaurant. The only ones that can go into a restaurant. But once again, you can paste and copy anything. So don't believe that. See, the internet is all marketing. If you're going to investigate this, you need to read books like the miraculous properties of ionized water. Dig into it. Look into it. Cheap is cheaper. No matter if there was a cheaper way of making it, the Japanese would have did it. We think we're fancy with the cell phones. Look, I'll show you a cell phone right now from Japan. Right now, this is it. That's the new cell phone over there, and it's recyclable. See, they're always advanced. So just because you see a machine half the price, I mean, like, what they're trying to tell you is Mercedes-Benz and Kia are the same car. If you get into an accident in Mercedes-Benz with the crumple zones, you'll know why you're surviving. You're on the sidewalk like Mercedes, and in a Kia, you'll know why. So cheap is cheaper. So that's the two things. Now, we have numerous machines. Actually, we came out with a new one. It's a K8. It's a little more water efficient. They're all licensed in Japan as a medical device. We have 6,500 doctors, nonprofit organization, who test new technology, not just water ionizers. They test everything. And they pick our ionizer only for the safety of the public. Because if I tell you it's not going to rust, the ISO certification backs that up. So it makes 7 kinds of water, platinum coated titanium plates. I just like to go to the most incredible water that there is, and I'll pass this one around. Leticia, you want to pass this one around? Of course. Because we're not talking about this water, and actually I got another distributor of mine that sold a machine to a registered nurse, and she's like, oh, I found another one that makes the 2.5. She called the company Jupiter, top of the line, it's $3,000. Do you guys make the 2.5 like Enagic? Yeah, same thing. Yeah, okay. And she bought it. And I told my distributor, let her buy it. Ours is backed up. She didn't do her homework. So she took it home. She tests it, everything. And she couldn't make the 2.5. She called the company and said, I thought you guys said you make the 2.5 like Enagic. We're having a problem with that right now, but we're working on it. What? So she put that one in the garage, and she went out and bought, put this on a credit card. So right now, I know everybody's heard of MRSA. MRSA is a flesh-eating bacteria. It started in the hospitals. Now they have community-related MRSA. See, I don't even try to sell these to the parents, to adults anymore. I'm trying to save you heartache. If you go to a playground these days and one of your kids gets scratched, you need to have 2.5 to spray it on there to stop it. Prevention is the key. Over here, we chop people up. As soon as you got MRSA, oh, you got MRSA? Actually, I met a guy, I didn't have the heart to tell him about this machine. His niece had MRSA on her arms and legs. They cut her arms and legs off. She's a torso. Wow. And I couldn't, you know, I could do, all day I had to do is spray or dip it and it would have saved it. You know, we're just chopping people up. Mm-hmm. So that's the 2.5. Now there's actually 6 properties of Kangen water. And I'm going to talk about the 3 main ones, which is, there's 3 properties of Kangen water that are critical to your health. The first one is antioxidant, alkalization, and microclustering. Antioxidant is like when you get an apple, you cut it in half, a banana, it turns brown because it's oxidizing. Actually, oxygen is hitting it, robbing it of electrons, it's aging it. The water is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-aging. Anti-aging is a good one because I sold a machine 2 days ago to a lady because 2 to 3 years of drinking this water is equivalent to having a facelift. Wow. Actually, if you would have seen me 5 years ago, you probably thought I was on meth or something. Because I got a lot of friends that are like, man, you got a facelift, Orlando. I'm like, no, I drink this water from Japan. Yeah, sure. Like, I don't care, but reverse aging, that's another good book. Now, this is the ORP chart. Zero's in the middle. It's oxidation reduction potential. Doesn't mean nothing until you say it backwards. The Kangen water has the potential to reduce oxidation. Now, zero's in the middle. Anything above 0 is oxidizing you, robbing your body of electrons. Anything below 0 is giving you electrons. Bottled water is probably like a positive 160. A tap water, positive 300 before it goes to the machine. Soda is the worst, like positive 400. So if I put it in any of these waters, actually, I lend my meter out, and this guy stuck it into a tomato. $120 meter. I mean, you know what? I'll tell you now, it cost me $120. A tomato is a negative 10. I never let nobody use my equipment. He just gave it back to me like that. Yeah. What's this? It's all red.
You probably picked that from Bobby Gridelli.
Yeah. Oh, but he buys 5 at a time. Now vitamin C is a negative 50. Green tea is a negative 80. That's why so many people are drinking green tea. Cod liver oil is a negative 200. The Kangen water could be a negative 400 to 1,000. I tested it at 840 in Bakersfield. So it's the highest antioxidant out on the market. Now this is the pH chart. The pH chart is actually 1 to 14, 7 being neutral. Your body's pH needs to be at 7.365, which is slightly alkaline, give or take a little bit. Now the water doesn't heal or cure anything. See, it restores the pH in the body. What happens when something gets out of balance? It either dies, weakens, or mutates. Weakening is like catching a cold. Mm-hmm. Mutation is like psoriasis, cancer. Cancer starts right around here, around 4.0. Cancer is actually a good thing because cancer is the body's way of adapting to the environment we create by what we eat. Mm-hmm. So the water doesn't heal or cure anything. The water restores the ideal environment, allowing your immune system to do what it does best. So when you're born, you're alkaline. You're inside the mother, alkaline. When you die, you're acidic, and then you're dust. So that's it. This is the Dr. Otto Warburg. A lot of people don't like him. They don't know about him. If you know about him, you wouldn't like him. But he was Hitler's personal physician. Yeah. You know what? Hitler was going to shoot him in the head, or you keep me alive. So he's a Jewish guy. You know, he just wants to stay alive. So he did everything that he can to keep Hitler alive. But he won a Nobel Prize, 2 Nobel Prizes for finding out the root cause and prevention of cancer. Cancer grows in an oxygen-deprived, acidic environment. Cancer cannot, let me back up a little. Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline, oxygen-rich environment with the pH greater than 7.0. That's what he found out. Mm-hmm. So, you know, right now we have a lot of football players wearing pink, you know, looking for a cure for cancer. We've had it for a long time. Mm-hmm. The human body has cancer cells in you. They only get activated when your acidic level goes a little too low, below 4. Some people can handle it, most people can't. So This the human body, 70 to 75% water. I'm always arguing with somebody. It's 70. That's not the point. Yeah, it's around there. But I don't know if you noticed, but we have dialysis popping up everywhere like popcorn now. Everywhere. Actually, I met a gentleman 3 months ago. I thought he was African American, but he started drinking the water, and it started changing his race. I'm like, what's going on? He's Samoan, light-skinned. He's dying. He does dialysis 3 times a week at $4,000 a treatment. Whoa. 2 weeks of drinking the water. Look, your blood is 90% water. Right. They're telling him to only drink this much water a day because it's bad for you. I told him, man, drink whatever you can. I told his wife, just drink. He was actually drinking almost a gallon a day, and when he went to dialysis, they told him, you're not drinking enough water. See, because dialysis, you hooked up to a machine, and it takes the water out your blood. So I told his wife, look, when you go to dialysis, you better take some 9.5 with you, because when he comes out of there, he's not going to be good. When he comes out of there, man, he feels like he's going to die. Right when he gets to the car, he drinks like 2-3 cups, and he's back to life. So now he stopped going so much. They're actually mad at him. He's only going once a week because he doesn't need it. Now he got his color back. His arthritis started to go. He couldn't even close his hand. Now he's like, look, son. And he had a massive heart attack. That's how he got in there. Now, I'm going to back up because I like to jump around too much. But I'm going to go back to right here, the pH chart. Because I'm going to test, actually we have, this is a pheno red. You can get it at any pool supply store. It's going to check the pH in the water to see if it's acidic or if it's alkaline. So I'll start off with Fiji to see where it is on the scale. Now, Fiji is probably about a neutral, but out of all the waters here, probably Fiji and Aquafina are the worst, because the owners to Fiji actually live in Newport Beach, and people at Fiji don't have the rights to their own water. Don't think, when you crack this open and like, fresh water, we've tracked it. This is almost 2 years old, about a year and 6 months old, because they don't fly this over for you. It's too expensive. Actually, it goes on a boat, a ship, a train, warehouses, and by the time you get it, it's almost 2 years old. Now, Smart Water, excellent advertisement. I mean, I see people, they don't even drink it. They just walk around like this. Because, I mean, you put the word smart on it, and people, they actually act like they're a little smarter. But if you see on the scale, on the chart, it's like acidic, below. But if I put the ORP meter in here, it would be a positive charge. Dasani, my favorite water. I actually call it dishonest now. It's banned in Japan and in Europe as a poison, but it's the only one you can get in Disneyland for like $6 a bottle. Wow. Then Aquafina, which is fine water in Spanish, it doesn't come from the mountains. Actually, we caught this company. Other companies have caught them getting the water out of the Chicago River.
Wow.
And this one, Niagara. I put this one. I put this one only because
it's a different story.
A lot of people, how come you don't have that one up there? That's the one I buy. Now, I always like to. I got the wrong PowerPoint up, but I got to stop there for a second just to show you about. It's gone. Well, I'll just talk to you about. Oh no, it's here. Somebody tried to steal my stuff at Enagic. The distributor, she thought everything was free. I'm like, that's my stuff. You can't just
It's free water, not free charts.
Now, see, bottled water. All these bottled waters are reverse osmosis water. Actually, when you drink water, what your blood is looking for is calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium. See, I got this on another PowerPoint, but I couldn't plug it in. When you Dr. John Wells, he told me, look, Orlando, this is nice, this is pretty, I like everything, but your body has the ability to buffer the acid on its own, which is true, but only up to around age 41, 42. See, that's when you actually get old and start wearing polyester pants and thinking bowling is a sport. So when you drink this water and your blood doesn't find these minerals, and it has to get rid of the acid, or if not, they'll kill you. You'll die. So what your blood does, it leaches it from your teeth, your muscles, your bones, your organs. That leaching of minerals from your bones is the major cause of osteoporosis. You end up with lupus, gout, arthritis, all your worst health nightmares. Now, the Japanese have known this for a long time. We found out here around 1996. So I got to throw that in there. Now, this is once again, good advertisement. You know, if you put the word vitamin on there, people, you know, they actually won the worst product award 2 years in a row now. Pellegrino, I only put this up there because I used to like to order it, you know, in the restaurant. Pellegrino, you know, because it's fancy.
Fancy ones.
Yeah, but you know, this could be sparkling water too. Now, soda, this is actually consists. You know, I use 7-Up because it's clear. You know, you can't see what's in it if it's not clear. But a lot of people see. If something burns when it goes down your throat, it's called a clue, but nobody cares. I don't care either. Now, if you take off the T, it's diet soda. What's worse is I sold this machine to the president of the Lupus Foundation, and she found out that diet sodas have a neurotoxic in it called aspartame. Should have been never let out to the public. It's in those pink little, you know, it's sugar. You know, it tricks your brain. But they found out that, see, most of these sodas, if you go to LA, it's left out in the sun. So it's kind of like a gamble. If the temperature reaches 90 degrees, the aspartame in the soda turns into formaldehyde, which is causing people to get lupus. It's an epidemic right now. Lupus is where the body attacks itself. Mm-hmm. I have a lady, 15 years in the bed. I didn't know her husband was giving her the water, and she's like, her migraine headaches went away in 3 days. She's better now, and nobody believes her at her job. Mm. So Gatorade, the Lakers, the Seattle Seahawks, all Jennifer Lopez, they all have this machine except for us because they have trainers, they have insurance. You know, who's that country singer that just insured her legs for $2 million? Really, $2 million? Well, they're worth a lot of money, so they have to, you know, they have to have this machine. You know, Mariah Carey just got one in her trailer. Now this, I put this up here because everybody is like buying alkaline water now, not knowing that we do have a scientist, his name is Camstar. Alkaline water actually has high traces of magnesium to mimic a pH. Now, back to the chart where it says minus and positive, if you can't see it, but they won't get sued because it has it right there, it's positive. So you can actually put baking soda in water and you'll have alkaline water. Now I was talking to a distributor. I got one of my distributors. This guy's he owns a couple of stores, small stores. 42 people came and tried to sell him this machine, and here I come talking to him, and he said, wait, you know, 42 people. You know, some of them look just like you. It might have been you. No, I never seen them before. Now, this when you drink this, as soon as you drink it. It's going to go acidic. It's going to turn yellow. Mm-hmm. But when you put pH drops in it, you're going to see it turns like Kangen water. Actually, this used to be actually purple too, but it started, this is like two days old. So it's still, it looks can be deceiving. It looks the same. But like I said, now I can't drink this because this is a poison. pH is just to show you the pH in the water. So to mimic drinking it, I'm going to blow into it, which is a carbon monoxide. And watch what happens. Usually it takes 12 to 13 seconds. That's what you're really drinking. Now, the Kangen water, this is fresh. See, this holds the charge, it holds the pH, but even this, if I put the ORP meter in it, it's probably a positive 80, so it's still robbing. When you drink it, it's still robbing. It's just, it's alkaline water, but that's only, this is ionized water, not alkaline. We just say alkaline because people don't know ionized, they get confused. Now, I'll blow it about a little bit longer, 13 seconds or so. So it holds the charge. Now back to this. Oh, the Kangen water. Let me throw a couple drops in there. So our motto is change your water, change your life. So what happens, you're not going to get to, see, doctors will tell you, oh, too much alkali is not good for you, which is true. Too much acid is not good for you, which is true too. It's balanced. Your body knows what to do. It's balanced. You're going to go slightly alkaline. So once you start to drink the Kangen water, you start to go alkaline slightly. It doesn't take a lot either, just a little, not too much. Now, vitamin water is like a joke. It's too acidic. This guy tries to fool you. It tries to go alkaline, and then it goes away. It's like it's trying, but it can't do it.
When I grow up.
Yeah. Soda, 32 to 1. 32 cups neutralize 1 soda. How about the alkaline? Oh, there we go. So, to qualify to drink this water, you need to drink half your body weight in ounces. The doctor will tell you eight glasses. Now, 8 glasses only replenishes what you lost throughout the day by talking, walking, breathing. I say licking that. So, to qualify, you drink half your body weight in ounces. And I always give a small scenario because people are like, how many? Oh, if you weigh 200 pounds, you need 100 ounces. A gallon is 128 ounces. Half a gallon is 64 ounces. Then you do the math. But what happens, like I said, you know what? When something goes down your throat and it burns, it's called a crude, but people don't care. What happens when you start drinking? And this is diluted. I usually just a little, not too much. You know, just a little to see. You're wasting your time. If you drink this water for a week, you drink a soda, and it's gone. Look, that guy even what happened? He like went neutral or something. Yeah. It's still, because that soda just, and that was, I just put a little bit in there. So that's no soda. I met a lady, and her, she really cares about her brother, and she's like, Orlando, my brother, he really needs this water, but he won't stop drinking soda. What do I do? Leave him alone. This is America. You can do what you want to do. You want to help me throw it? I mean, you can't force somebody. You want to drink soda? Drink soda. Now, what's the first thing they do when you go to the hospital? They put you in the intravenous drip, which is a saline solution, salt water. This is magical, all natural sea salt from Trader Joe's. I have doctors taking this because a doctor goes to learn about hydration for 2 hours. I went for 5 years. So he's talking fancy words, and I don't understand it. But then I start telling him about hydration. He's like, wow. So it's nice having a doctor taking notes. Now, sea salt, the water works so good that it takes too much salt out the body. If you cry, you can it's salty. Your body needs sea salt. Sea salt, sea salt gives you 80 minerals that you absolutely need. Sea salt is actually, water is the right kind of water is more important than oxygen, because without water, oxygen will not dissolve. If you're not taking sea salt, with half a teaspoon per gallon of Kangen water, the water will not flow through the vascular system in order to take oxygen to its destination. In other words, when you take it with the salt, if you think you're having good results now, start taking a little sea salt. It's going to just go penetrate into places where it really doesn't go to, and pull out 75% more acid waste out the body. I got my father-in-law, he calls me Dr. Water. He's like 72, he came out the room, his leg was locked up, hopping, he's like, cramp. What do I do, doctor? Take a little sea salt, like I told you. A little sea salt on the tongue, less than 5 minutes, walking around. He didn't even say thank you. You got somebody that has asthma? 2 cups of Kangen water and a pinch of sea salt on the tongue will stop an asthma attack. It's just as effective as an inhaler without the toxicity. So sea salt is, but there's no money. There's no money in it. $2 for this, lasts a year?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are getting ulcers. ulcers are actually easily preventable because most of the water you drink goes back into the stomach to help pad up the mucus layer, which is the barrier to the acid the stomach makes every time you eat food. Now, water consists of clusters. This is scientific stuff right here. I love this stuff. Water consists of 15 to 35 clusters. When it goes through the machine, they actually call it tiny water. It comes out 5 to 6 clusters. Tiny enough to penetrate your cells. The human body has 43 trillion cells. If you picture a giant fish tank, you put fish in it, fresh clean water, the fish eat food and they excrete waste. If you don't change the water, the fish die. Well, if we don't change the water in our cells, we die. We don't die, but we end up with all these diseases. Now, this is what nobody talks about, but it's real important. If you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clusters. Actually, what you're drinking is hexagon water, snowflake, frozen water, but it's in liquid form. If you get a gallon of Kangen water and pour it on your car, you'll see it acts weird. It's like it's coming together. It just absorbs 600 times faster in your body. So Kangen water stays in your stomach for 5 to 10 seconds. Regular water stays in your stomach for 10 minutes, and that's from another doctor. Because back to the hexagon, the snowflake. 13 years ago, 2 doctors won a Nobel Prize over here in America for finding out that each one of the human body, 43 trillion cells, each one of your cells has little water channels, and it's all over like that, called aquaprons. The shape of the aquaproon is in the shape of a hexagon. So when the machine goes through the water, it changes to the hexagon shape, tiny enough to penetrate the little water channel, break out acid waste and bring in nutrients. That's how it works.
Oh.
Now, that's a little scientific.
Can you repeat that? You said it's an aquaproon?
Yeah, aquaprons. A tiny water channel is called aquaprons. So it changes the molecular structure of the water to that of a snowflake. So you're drinking snowflake water? I saw the machine and I want snowflake water. The little girl, Mommy, why are you giving me acidic water? You're trying to harm me? But she bought the shit. I mean, but she was like, she bought it, but she bought it because of the snowflake.
Okay, snowflake.
Yeah. So it makes, if it makes sense, people buy it. That's all right. I'm not trying to, sell anybody anything. I mean, for what it did for me, I mean, like right now, I've been standing for a little too long. Man, 5 minutes, and I'm telling you, my ankle feels like it would explode. It's just, boom, 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 like a heartbeat. It's 5 years. And you know what? My wife, girlfriend, 28 years, girlfriend. I just want to make sure she's the right one. You want to break it with me? Yeah, see you later. But she didn't believe me. When I first bought this machine, she said, "You fall for everything, don't you?" I'm like, really? You can't tell me. Every time they want to go to Knox Berry Farm, oh, I got a job. Oh, I got to watch the dog. Oh, I got to, I'll say anything not to go because I got the little handicap thing. So, I can go in the line fast. They go on all the rides, for 10 hours, and we did everything in 1 hour. But still, I don't like to be a burden. But what happened, the last time we went, I felt different. After 3 months, I started walking, and I was just walking, and the kids were getting tired. My legs were tight when I came back. But she said, well, sometimes it takes a man to do the right thing. And she never apologized for anything. I wish I could have recorded that. Like, what'd you say? Nothing. I heard you. You said, but I didn't ask for money. I bought it myself. So right here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Now, to make tea, you need water, you need tea, and you need heat. Actually, to shrink the molecules, the clusters in the water to make them tiny. Because that big old giant bulky thing is not going to fit in. When people take supplements or anything, you take your supplements. I got a guy across the street selling Herbalife. Herbalife is getting sued right now because they lied to people that it has oh my God in it, or GMOs, genetically modified organisms. He's heard about this water. I gave him 2 gallons of Kangen water. I told him, you don't need to use too much of that Herbalife. Yeah, right. He said, he came to my house like, coffee, man, what is that water? It's not my water, man. That's your Herbalife stuff. So he cut it by 75%, and he still felt like a little bit. And then he thanked me because he ended up buying the machine. he was spending almost $300 a month on Herbalife. Now he's spending $50 a month because he just uses a little bit of that organism stuff,
Right.
you know, and it's because it's strong. So we use Yakamoto green tea, and it'll work with any kind of teas. But the reason why we use this one, and so I'm trying to make tea with cold water, is because this is the only one that we found that doesn't have a wax coating around it. All the other teas have wax on it. So of course you have to heat it up to melt the wax to get to the tea. So I'm gonna start off with Aquafina to see if it'll make tea. And you know what, with the white background, it'll get, you know, I like, you know, I give it a chance. It gets a little color to it, you know. You know, I don't want to, you know, like just barely dunk it in there. And I'll leave this one to market, and then we're gonna go with the Kangen water to see what happens. See, if you went to a tea house to buy that, you're not gonna pay for that.
Wow.
So you see, now we'll go to. Yeah, I always put this one down because I run out. And then what about put Fiji back up in there? You know, this one because this is the one that she was drinking. This lady. I said I'll try it. You know, I really don't use Fiji, but I'll try it over here. And then that same lady, it's like she follows me. I like that. The tea is all gone. It's already in there, Orlando. Orlando. I just don't like her. So I got her tea bag. You know, okay, let's put it over here. I know all the tea's gone, so I can do the Kangen water.
Wow.
So, and I actually went 32. I had 32 cups, but smart water. Let's finish up with smart water because it's smart. Let's see.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. Right.
Right.
I'm nice. I don't see nothing. So that's the smart water. Now back to try the Kangen water one more time. I still put for sure. She said all the tea is gone now for sure. I'm like, okay.
For sure.
So it's
I
there.
know.
Now I'm gonna throw this in here. The guy in Asia came up with this one, this price list. Back to the supplements. This is actually gonna, you know, you're taking your supplements. So I'm gonna try to make tea with drops of the water. So I put a little in each one. Give it a good spot. Okay, so I use this one because I tried to hide it. The Sani. And I'll leave it there to market. Now let me put the Kangen water in these two. And see what happens.
Oh my God.
Now, usually everybody stops right there, but
No way.
I stood up and said, hey, what if there's tea in these guys? There's just the clusters are too big to make tea. You gotta heat it up. What happens if we add a little Kangen to it?
Wow.
See? So that just shows you how it absorbs 600 times faster into your cells. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I bought the machine. And I can tell. I mean, if you're selling these machines and people always want to feel the water. I want to feel it, Orlando. I like it. So, yeah, people are like, really? I just said that fake smile. I don't play games with people. I give them 9.5, and people think I'm crazy, but I give them 9.5. See, if you're sick, you slow down, slow. They call it slow flow. I slow it down slow, and I come and look. This is our most strong. For letting me do the water little demo for you. This is our strongest water. It tastes a little funny. Highest antioxidant on the market. And I write down slow flow, and I write right here, feel it now water. And I leave them. And before I leave, if you have somebody like this guy right here, and I do this all the time, he's never tried the water before, anybody like that, tell him, man, you know what, I dare you to drink 4 or 5, because 5 people that like water, for starters. He drank at least 5 large cups of the 9.5, and what happens, in 30 to 60 seconds, it hits your brain. Because your brain loves it. It's the main organ. Within 10 minutes, it hit every cell. But what happens, it's like almost taking couple shots of vodka.